The philosophy of Stoicism holds that the wise man, the good man, the philosopher, is someone who lives in harmony with nature. He fears only one thing, abdicating his moral responsibility. Pain doesn't frighten him, nor death, nor poverty, nor the countless twists and turns of the human experience. His only fear is falling short of being a complete human being, of failing himself. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and philosopher, embodies this spirit. His life and words still resonate today, not as mere historical record, but as a guide through life's complexities. This is not another self-help video. There's no quick fix here, no empty promises. But in understanding what Marcus Aurelius wrote, we might find an antidote to so much of what troubles us in our modern world. Marcus Aurelius ruled as emperor from 161 to 180 AD, the last of Rome's 5 good emperors. His reign marked the end of the Pax Romana, the Roman peace, an era of relative stability and prosperity. When he passed, so did that peace. But while he lived, Marcus was the most powerful man on earth, ruler of an empire that encompassed much of the known world. The Romans saw little beyond their borders, so to them, Marcus ruled everything. In his position, he could have indulged in anything: wealth, power, pleasure. Being a Roman emperor was practically synonymous with hedonism. Emperors were expected to indulge in excess, to fulfill every desire. Any vice imaginable was within reach for Marcus, and nothing, no law, no custom, no ethic, could restrain him. But he chose something different. He chose a life of virtue, and not just occasionally, not just when it suited him, but every day of his 19-year reign. Imagine facing such boundless temptation and, day in and day out, choosing restraint, choosing to be good, not for praise or fame, but purely for the sake of virtue itself. Imagine facing every dark impulse and desire and saying, "No, I choose virtue." Could you do the same? Could you resist day after day, year after year, knowing no one could stop you if you gave in? Marcus Aurelius did, and not only when others were watching. His private journal, Meditations, captures his deepest beliefs, the reflections of a man not writing for anyone else, not seeking public approval or accolades. Meditations isn't a book in the traditional sense. It's Marcus's personal, unfiltered thoughts, never intended for anyone else's eyes. But in these unguarded reflections, we find one of the most powerful and timeless guides to living well. And despite the informal nature of his writing, Meditations has become one of the most cherished philosophical works, a source of wisdom for those seeking something deeper than mere success or pleasure. Marcus Aurelius believed in living in accordance with nature. Nature, to him, included not just plants and animals, but the entire order of the universe. A tree grows tall and strong because that's what it was made to do. It doesn't seek approval or rewards. It simply fulfills its potential. A caterpillar becomes a butterfly, not for praise, but because that is its nature. Likewise, Marcus believed that the purpose of human life is to reach one's full potential as a kind, virtuous being. For him, this was the highest form of human achievement, and failing to pursue it was the ultimate darkness. We can't control the world around us or avoid the challenges it presents, but we can control our response. No matter what happens, a great person will face it, endure it, and live up to their fullest potential. That is our duty, our reason for being. Marcus was no recluse. He didn't live apart from the world, and he certainly didn't write all day. He was an emperor, a leader responsible for an empire and countless lives. He encountered bad people, just as we do. But Marcus believed that evil or misguided individuals are simply part of our world, just as a vine might have thorns. It's pointless to wish them away. Instead, he maintained that when people do wrong, it's often out of ignorance. You can try to teach them, yes, but sometimes that's simply not possible. And when it's not, you accept it. In these moments, Marcus looked inward, reminding himself that he too had faults and weaknesses. Who was he to judge? Perhaps he just didn't understand these people fully, just as they didn't understand their own actions. He recognized that life doesn't always reveal its truths to us. Sometimes we're blind to our own ignorance. So he reminded himself not to judge too quickly. Above all, Marcus believed we're all here for one another. Nature designed us not to live isolated lives, but to serve, support, and strengthen one another. A tree grows fruit so that animals may eat. Animals live and die, giving sustenance to other creatures. The natural world is interconnected, and so are we. The only true failure in life, he believed, would be to abandon this responsibility, to turn away from our shared duty. And so, if there's one thing to fear, it's not pain, poverty, or death. It's the failure to live up to your potential, to not become the person you're capable of being. Because true greatness, as Marcus Aurelius teaches us, isn't about titles, riches, or power. It's about the courage to live according to your highest nature. This is what it means to live, to truly live.